Hello and welcome to Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. This is episode 11, season 3, and we are in Dad's office. That's right, in Dad's office. So today we're having some serious technical difficulties, and there's only one way to explain them. It is that we are being jammed by the MACC. So, yeah.
Oh, poor Craig.
We might have problems if this podcast is coming out all sorts of sideways.
Our sweet Craig has been
MACC
hacked.
have found us and they are jamming our signal.
What type of jam?
Raspberry, I believe.
Bastards.
I
Bastard.
know. Only Lone Star jams me the raspberry.
Pretty good taste in jam, though.
Oh, for sure. You guys want to try to do a main topic?
You know it.
Well, with the MACC breathing down our backs?
I've deployed some countermeasures.
All right.
Trying to hold them off for now.
Are those countermeasures the beans you've been eating?
They're the beans.
Oh, those rascally beans. All right, Alex. Let's give me a hint on what the main topic could be.
Oh, it is a nebulous idea of sorts, for sure. And also definitely a stub of a Wikipedia article, but I'm sticking with it.
All right. So if you could rate this topic on a scale of normal Yoshi to big Yoshi, where does it fall?
Okay, so this is definitely extra large Yoshi. Some might even say the biggest Yoshi, because it pertains to both. It's probably the biggest Yoshi because it pertains to both Santiago and Crete. So like two places where Yoshis have been known to roam in the wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Which is why definitely probably loads of Yoshis there.
Anyone else have any input on what this sort of could be besides a Yoshi factory?
Would you say that this topic is a land of contrasts?
Well, yeah, I would say so for sure. Probably more similarities than contrast, as one of these entities has only had an embassy in the other one since 1992. So, you know. They've had 3 bilateral visits since then as well.
What is their relation to Antarctica, let's say?
Countries has a claim over Antarctica, so that's kind of interesting. The other one has no claims over the Arctic. The only claim, but both of them have disputed foreign names, which is kind of interesting. It's probably one of the ways these two countries bonded.
What about they like dictators, foreign claims, and
so you said Santiago and Crete. So it's in Crete. Is that Italy?
Maybe French or something.
More east.
Ukraine.
More
Greek.
south.
It's
yes,
Greek.
That's right. The topic is Chile-Greece relations, which have apparently only been going on since 1990.
Hey, Craig's back.
All right, he's back. So the strong ties between our two countries, which are Chile and Greece. Did you guys come up with any witty Chile-Greece banter while we were having technical difficulties?
I sure know that Greece can get a little chilly sometimes. And I mean, those Chileans love to get greasy sometimes.
You're not wrong, Eric. You're not wrong.
What is their preferred type of grease?
Ooh, Eric, what's your favorite kind of grease?
My favorite kind of grease is probably pig, like lard, sort of like that nice, fatty, strong grease. But I know for a Greek, their favorite grease would be olive oil.
Yeah.
And for a Chilean, it's probably some sort of lard.
I think they like canola oil down there. I think they grow it down there.
Huh.
So they got that like California weather. More importantly, my favorite grease is chain lube, but I don't actually use it. I just like admiring it on my shelf.
It is degreaser, by the way. Chain lube is degreaser. It's not grease. If you call it grease, the bike shop guy gets mad at you.
That's tough. That is interesting.
That's what's wrong with my drivetrain.
Who would have thought? Not this
Although
guy.
I think you can just use like motor oil and it's fine, but you have to clean it afterwards, because otherwise it gets really sandy and just kind of disintegrates your chain.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very important to take good care of your bike.
What?
I know that because I take great care of my bike despite never having washed my car.
How many times do you wash your bike?
I mean, I'll wash it occasionally.
It's like I
Every
didn't
night
know that
in
was
the
a thing
shower.
you do.
Before bed.
You shower with your bike every night before bed, Jonah? What does Sarah think about that?
What? Sorry, Sarah.
Sarah's already mad at him. Fine.
That's a tough time. All right, guys, I'm gonna keep this podcast in a direction. So
all right.
before we had technical difficulties,
Yeah.
we are hopping on to the Thanksgiving bandwagon, and we are going to sing a beautiful song about what we're thankful for in the tune of some greater power that came down upon us. And he said, "You're using my office, so you're gonna have to sing what I want to hear." And that was, of course, a nice country folk sort of style. And our sponsor is Dad of Dad's Office.
For Dad's Office, it sure does have a lot of other people's clothes drying in it.
Yeah, it really does. Also, a lot of just strange board games.
Well, no, those are just here.
And artwork drawn by you.
I'm a talented artist.
And a choking Alex. All right.
You got to the bottom of the glass.
It's real good.
Now only rocks left. All right, let's sing this here song about what we're thankful for in the tune of I would say Outlaw Country.
Howdy ho, partners. Riding around the town singing what we're thankful for. I'm gonna be here from shore to shining shore.
Mamas, don't let your cowboys go riding into the sun without being thankful for all the things they've done.
I gotta say I'm thankful for the bro in this here office. Everyone wants to be in that old crazy podcast business.
Oh, I'm thankful for my brother, for he got me a good drink. And it was filled all the way up to the brink with whiskey and ice, just the way that is nice. Oh, I'm thankful for my brother.
I'm not thankful for my brother now because he's talking about how I'm only a bar servant. I just want to say that I do a lot more than that. I'm thankful for this drink I made myself. At the end of the day, you can only trust top shelf.
I'm thankful that my bro didn't, oh my goodness, it's getting a little cloudy. He may be making a play for the top bit of this podcasty. I think I've been roofied, boys. I'll see you next time. Before I'm riding down the trail, following my own line.
Oh, he's starting to get suspicious, and I think it's the end. So I'm gonna run off and hide in the sunset.
Ooh, bow-dow-bow, bow-dow, bow-dow, bow.
That was a dark turn. I was not.
Wow.
I would say that was a successful corporate play there for controlling the podcast. Is what I got out of that one. You know?
I mean, hey, only alphas are allowed on this podcast.
No, that's not true. We strictly take beta males.
That's fact. We're far below beta. We're sitting at
Real
gamas
power
right
move,
now.
someone said.
Yeah. No, the only defense we have is back talking you later on a podcast you don't listen to. What level of manliness is that?
Oh dear Lord. Well, that was very, very fun.
Yeah, we were actually like pulling it off there too.
And then I started laughing way too hard. So I know Butter Dogs wanted to explain to the group. He was really questioning what we were all thankful for. So what I mean, this is questions from the internet right now,
Mhm.
and except instead of internet, it's Butter Dogs. And what are we thankful for, Mr. Butter Dogs?
I actually didn't expect to have to answer this. I'm gonna say good beer and mountains and snow.
Okay, you're right. You're right. I am
Yeah, that's about it.
thankful. So
Yeah.
I guess you answered my question of what I was thankful for. Because I'm at the end of the day, I mean, your
The Holy
opinion,
Trinity.
my preference, it's all up in the air. It's all about me. I'm number one head honcho after I roofie Alan.
Hey, I'm still here. You look delirious, but I'm still kicking. But
Would you
somebody
say
has
you
to
are
make the
grateful for executive control over the podcast?
podcast.
Unilateral
thankful for
decision
that.
making.
Yeah, apparently this is a democracy, but I only get 1/2 of a vote for some reason.
Let's see. I'm gonna have to go to the top of the food chain here. Hey, Eric. Jonah is second in command. You know what, Eric?
I would like to
Perfect.
throw my
Let's
name
sign
in
him
for
right now. All right, Jonah.
co-lead
Now,
on
good
this
news.
podcast.
You're
Eric, when did you become bipolar and also get a cyborg? Become a cyborg?
the other half. That's not me. That's executive Eric. He's
Yes!
sitting in that big fancy
Suck
chair.
it,
over
nerds.
there,
Okay, Mr. Cyborg, I don't trust you.
Yeah, no, it's always fun. Always good times up in this.
I Jesse, what I am thankful for is a health to the company for sure, and obviously good times with good friends, because what is better than making a podcast with your bros?
It's a good
Even
time.
if they try to get you juiced up so that they can make you sign away your executive rights to the podcast.
I mean, I would say if you're not getting a little juiced up and waging intricate corporate intrigue with
I
your
mean,
friends,
that's
like,
fair.
are you even trying?
Yeah.
I mean, are you really
Absolutely.
friends if that doesn't happen on a regular basis?
So does anyone else, now that we are deep in the quagmire that is questions from the internet, and we have forgotten to look at the previous podcast to see if there's any questions, so we'll have to get those in the next non-holiday special. I, in fact, have a question from the internet, if you boys would be so kind. And it is, you're going on a cross-country road trip with 3 figures from history. Who are you choosing? This is by my boy, You Flowers for Frogs, over on the Reddits.
Well, I would take 3 people I know can hold their urine for a while because I don't want to do too much stopping.
Good call.
So I'm gonna pick 3 people that are dead now. I'll just have their bodies propped up in there.
Yeah.
I don't think it really matters who. I'll say 3 prominent figures.
Well, they
though.
should, like, not too smelly corpses. That would be that would be a thing you should consider.
That would be
Skelebobs, maybe?
Ooh, that's good. I think I would have Walt Disney's Frozen body. Let's see. And other historically known frozen people. Maybe just 2 random frozen Neanderthals they found. That sounds great to me.
Where would you go road tripping with 2 frozen Neanderthals and Walt Disney?
Well, I think if I have his body, I can safely get into both Walt Disney World and Disneyland. So
That's
I'm going
true.
down to Florida and then right across to California.
Bad news, especially, well, all of the year. Do you have a specially refrigerized truck, or are you just going to take your chances?
I'm rolling the dice on this one.
All right, going to put them in the back of the Hyundai and just drive down there. Just go for it.
Yeah, that's the only
All right.
way.
Sounds reasonable. Water does take a while to, start smelling. So frozen corpses, it takes a while for them to melt. If you pump the AC, it might be okay for at least a day and a half.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. Is this some sort of Weekend at Bernie's sort of thing?
You know it. What about you guys? Who are you taking on your road trip?
I think I would take the 2 very lovely people from Aegean Ales.
That would be
You
Great
get one
exciting.
extra bonus person.
And take them around. Be
May
like,
I
Yo, show
suggest
me where
the
you
last
get all
person
your
to enter Planet
ingredients
Fitness
for the
who tested
booze.
positive for coronavirus.
Granted, I'm pretty sure it's just a supermarket, but it
You know,
would
to
be
get the whole
entertaining.
Manchester proud thing going.
Ooh,
Yeah.
oh god.
Uh-huh.
If we're talking about
Oh,
for the
no.
Empire, by the
Oh,
way,
dear,
like, the Empire is still going strong somehow, even though, like 1,000 people cancel every day. So watch out,
Let's see,
small
who would I
businesses.
take?
Planet
I think
Fitness
it's
is
pretty
coming for you.
obvious who I would take.
Who?
If I
Gonna
had to take
take
3
your
figures from
livelihood
history.
and steal all your money, and then
I'm
put
hoping
weights
they're still
everywhere.
alive when I take them, but it's okay if I don't. The 3, I'm gonna say best presidents.
Ooh, that's bold.
Yeah.
Okay.
The largest president, Taft, obviously.
What kind of car do you have? The man's not gonna fit in the front seat.
Oh,
or
dude, we're putting him in the
back
back
seat.
of the pickup. Don't worry.
Okay, okay.
I thought you were talking about a different kind of large, and I thought that like LBJ, yeah, would be a pretty good choice.
The man's hung. What can we say?
Followed by, I need a good lawyer, so I gotta take the man who I know for a fact is not a crook, Nixon. And then I need the most honest president I can think of, which has gotta be
The one with the
Theodore
nickname.
Roosevelt.
Yeah, the one with the nickname. Oh, Honest Teddy.
Yeah, old honest
Fair.
Teddy. So I'm taking Teddy. Because obviously might as well just grab. Hopefully I can just get their jars in the head, but
Mhm.
heads in a jar. I'm taking Nixon. I'm taking old honest Teddy, and obviously I'm taking Taft, the largest of the presidents, just in case he needs to eat the other smaller presidents.
That's fair. I mean, if
Don't
you
like
get
it.
into like a car accident or something, it's stranded in the woods. You can just eat Teddy to survive for like
No,
a
Taft.
yeah, eat
Yeah.
Taft for
Dude,
like a
the
month.
problem is I'd have to contend with old honest Teddy.
That's true.
That man, I heard he both chopped down his father's cherry tree and could not tell a lie.
Yep. I heard he also really liked wrestling moose. Something about bowling moose over.
Absolutely. That sounds like old honest Teddy.
He also had a brewery, the one that like Sam Adams is named after.
Oh, that was his business partner, Sam Adams.
That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
It's Sam Adams and Old Honest Teddy and Company. That's the full name of the brewery, but you don't get that on the bottles.
Too bad in the Thanksgiving spirit of taking over someone else's land and property. This
Right.
podcast is all about corporate takeovers, which poor Old Honest Teddy did not.
Well, obviously, Honest Teddy
And now well.
to keep Nixon straight.
Uh,
Anyway, whew. So you flowers for frogs. That probably answers your question.
So
Hold on. Who
Okay.
am I taking?
All right, who are you taking?
Who are you?
I figured it out. I have the most time to think, so I should have
Yeah.
the best answers. I'm obviously gonna need someone for entertainment, so I figure who's entertaining? I'll bring Willie Nelson. Plays good music and 100% has weed.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
win.
Oh, you know
that's
he's
up.
carrying. I believe there's a song about never smoking weed with Willie again, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't outsmoke the man, but like we could be driving down that highway hotboxed.
Just smoke billowing
Yeah.
out of the car.
Oh, you can go skiing and fire up the gondola.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Second, I'm gonna take DB Cooper.
Mhm.
Because I want to know how he did it, and if there's one guy who knows how to avoid the law, it's him. And if we're hotboxing down 95, we're going to need to know how to avoid the law.
Wait. So you're gonna take DB Cooper over OJ Simpson? He knows how to get out of the law.
Ooh.
I mean, except the other times he then ended up in prison for the other stuff he did.
Oh,
He didn't
poor
get out of.
OJ.
Plus,
And
don't you want
lastly-
OJ's lawyer?
Ooh, like that. That's a strong
Stick with
play.
DB
You're right.
Cooper. DB Cooper has better stories, right?
Yeah. I can listen to the stories too. Like, I want to know how he did it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And if there's just a corpse, then I'll know. Like, well, darn. Kills that. And lastly, I'm gonna take the Declaration of Independence, bitches.
Oh my
no,
God.
he's going for it.
He's
That's
going-
right.
He's going full national treasure
Full
on this.
national treasure. You never go full national treasure. It's too far. Well, at least Jesse, you can at some point tell us what's on the back because I've been dying to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's
Okay.
good.
I'm pretty sure it's a CVS receipt. That's what it is.
I heard the back of the Declaration of Independence was just like a bunch of doodles that they all drew.
Just Ben Franklin, just like drawing dicks.
No, it's Ben Franklin drawing a lot of nude women because that's all he could think about.
That sounds right. That man was a horn dog.
That's true. Just so
penises.
So
Also,
everywhere.
like parchment doesn't grow on trees. Like
Right.
that's just hard to come by. Sometimes you have to reuse
Man,
it. Maybe it's just like a
Those
CVS
ankles
receipt
are
or like
hard
an
to
invoice
find
or something.
those days.
Yeah,
That's
probably an
true.
invoice
You saw
from
a
the
good
tavern
ankle,
they were
you
all
just
staying
had
at.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. I have another question here. It's from the user aptly named A Bit Drunk, and they're asking,
Sounds right.
what have you accidentally spilled on yourself? This is a hard-hitting question, and I really want to know what you guys have spilled on yourselves.
So it's probably the most expensive thing I own and probably the hardest to get out of clothes. Which is printer ink.
Oh my gosh! I'm
I
sorry.
know. I was trying to refill my printer because you know how those things are. It's the laser ink cartridges are probably an arm and a leg. I considered buying a new printer, but I heard that's bad for the environment.
Ooh.
And so recently I spilled a bunch of printer ink all over my, let's be honest, least favorite work shirt. So that wasn't a loss. But it was $753 worth of printer ink. So that went down the drain pretty quick.
That's pretty tough.
It was like 4 ounces or something. You buy this stuff on eBay, you forget how expensive it is.
So I know personally I've never spilled anything on myself because I am a perfect human being. However, I've spilled a lot of things on Alex, let me tell you. Making oatmeal in the morning, boiling water, spill it all on Alex. Got your yogurt out, spill it all over Alex. Let's see what else. You name it, I've probably spilled it on that poor man. And did you get a little bit of yolk on you?
Oh no.
I don't know if it technically counts as spilling on myself, but I once slapped my cousin with an egg.
At the time,
I did, yeah. I don't.
At the time, were you aware that it was raw, or just assume it was
really
hard
mad at my
like
cousin,
all good eggs should?
and I just kind of slapped him in the face with an egg. It just broke all over his face. Eggshells was everywhere.
Very nice.
That's quite interesting.
Oh no! I straight up just grabbed an egg out of the fridge. I don't remember what I
can
was doing
say
with
the
egg.
most recent thing I
had
smelled
an egg
myself,
straight out of
definitely
the fridge in
beans.
my hand, and I just
Sat down the other day for a nice hearty breakfast, and the pot just flipped over, beans all over me.
Oh no!
I had to make more beans.
Oh, that's tragic.
If you don't have any beans for breakfast, I mean, I'm very sorry because then I bet that threw your entire gastrointestinal system out of whack.
Oh, the pressure was just gone. I felt deflated.
Oh my god! I bet you went from a extra large T-shirt to a small because you just lost so much, buildup.
It messes with the buoyancy too.
What's
You don't understand
that.
Yeah, your intestinal pressure gets changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't spill your beans, kids.
I personally, if I ever accidentally spill my beans, that means I can't go scuba diving that day, because my nitrogen levels are all out of whack. Yeah, the pressure equalization, it's terrible. It's as bad as rupturing your eardrums, rupturing your colon. You don't want to do it.
Never.
Are there any more questions out there in the great wide world? All right, what's the question?
No.
Canned corned beef. So that's very, very different from
this question's from
corned beef.
I
know I like to buy my corned beef.
What would you make
bags,
a canned corned
beef?
Like milk.
That way.
Like milk,
Yeah.
The occasional carton of old corned beef never goes bad either. But canned corned beef is a tricky subject. I know a lot of people are anti-can these days, and I think it's because the only thing you can do with canned corned beef is spill it on yourself, and that is really, really sad.
Well, I make a really, really good. It is so rich and creamy.
Ooh.
Corned beef cheesecake with canned corn. That's the only thing it's the only time I get it from the can. It's like making pumpkin pie. It's like 4
Except
different ingredients.
Instead of pumpkin, it's corned
canned
beef.
corned beef and canned cheesecake. And you mix them together, and it is delicious.
Wait
It's
a
so
minute. You buy cheesecakes in cans, like
well,
with
yeah,
the
like
crust?
the filling for them.
Oh, okay. I thought you just like someone took a special canner and just like put the crust and everything in
No,
there.
you still gotta blind bake the crust, or go get yourself a crust. Like, come on, Eric. This isn't the future.
All right.
That sounds really good, actually. We started a business selling like canned pies.
I think they do. I think most pie fillings come in cans already.
No,
We're talking like there's a whole pie.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
like
I'm down.
one big, really wide tuna can shaped can. You just put a pie in there.
Sold.
The pie
is
is
like a sardine tin, and you like unwrap the sardine tin, and there's just a pie sitting in there.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
I would like that.
You have to pay a premium on the pie tin, and I think most pies come in aluminum sleeves. So anyway, it tastes just like a Hot Pocket, but it's corned beef and cheesecake, and it's delicious. Other than that, like Eric said, I try to get most of my corned beef fresh, and the freshest corned beef comes right from the beef corn fields in bags.
I bag my beef corn every day.
Yeah, you go right down to the farmer's shop, and you're like, "Get me some of that beef corn, please." And they're like, "All right, how many pounds you want?" You know.
I was gonna say I don't know what to do with corned beef, but beefed corn. Now we're talking. You can put that in chili. You can make some really good beefed corn burgers out of that. Beefed corn on the beefed cob.
Yes.
Possibilities are endless.
When the beefed corn comes right off the cob is when it's the freshest.
Oh my god, the best.
Nothing better than a hot summer day sitting in the beef corn field and just husking yourself a nice beef corn cob. It's beautiful.
It really is.
That's nothing more American.
Who is that? Purdy Purple something, Jenna? Purple Potash? Well, Purple Potash, I think we've answered that question. Are there any other ones that we can wrangle up from the internet, or do we have to move on to Nature Walks?
If you want, I got a real quickie right here.
All right, fire away.
So the user,
nothing I can't edit out later.
The user, your battery is low, asks, anyone know what a normie is? I mean, it's a tough question, but the first thing that pops into my mind is a normie is someone that buys corned beef from a can, right?
Hey man, I mean, sometimes it's just the convenience, you know, like you don't want to get all those spices in there yourself. It's just so much easier for your pies.
It's really strange because why wouldn't you just buy beef corn? Why is this corned beef? It makes no sense.
Plus, if you get it in the can, you're just gonna spill it on yourself. It's
exactly
it happens every time.
It's brutal. You just you open it up and all over yourself. Poor corned beef. Wait, what was our first question? How do we wrap this into that also?
I believe the question that you asked us was, does anyone know what a normie is?
I did.
And the answer is simple. It is, so you have to break it down, the word normie, etymologically.
Okay.
Normie is a two-parter. Yep. Okay. It's nor and me. So the me part is short for army, and the nor part is short for Normandy. So they're actually Frenchmen.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they haven't had a stand. Well, like it's the French. It's one of the French battalions is a normie.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
See, I remember in school they also tried to break it down like that, but for whatever reason I always kept thinking Nor is referring to like the Norse. So I always thought it was like Viking battalions, like Viking troops. But I think you're right. That one teacher, she was too busy eating her corned beef in cans to accurately describe that it was the etymology was from Normandy and not the Norse.
Yeah, Mrs. Clementine. Got to be thankful to her for explaining our history proper to us. A normie is, well, it's the modern day parlance. Some people accidentally believe they're Norwegians, but they're really a battalion of French soldiers from the Normandy region.
Although, like,
can you use it in a sentence for us, Eric?
Yeah, so I was minding my own business when those damn normies stormed me. But it's funny because I'm pretty sure in the current days the slang of normie just means anyone that is a giant, weak, lame, stupid,
Eric.
spilling butter dog.
Oh no!
Sacre Dieu, I have been discovered. My government from the Normandy region of France will never forgive you.
That's what you get for switching like 5 times during the French and English War.
Yeah. So a normie is exactly as how Alex described
Absolutely. Well, Mrs. Clementine from the 3rd grade class that we weren't actually in.
Dude, I wish
the next one down. It was the other 3rd grade teacher neither of us had.
See, I wish I had Miss Clementine. I had Miss Tangerine, and she was just way too busy, preoccupied with canning things. It was so weird.
I know. She was telling us that was the practical science class where we got to can all sorts of things.
I mean, she was something else at canning.
Yeah.
So I might have to reach out to her for our pie canning business.
Well, now that we've canned every animal and or foodstuffs under the sun, you want to go out into the great wide world and go looking for some critters, Eric?
Yeah, so it's wild because it is Thanksgiving.
Right.
Do you know what you normally associate? What creatures you associate Thanksgiving with?
Shoot.
The mashed potato. So the mashed potato is quite interesting. It's a distant cousin of the normal potato, and instead of growing underground like a normal potato, it actually grows above ground in nice hot spring. And it's here where in the hot spring it really cultivates whatever makes it really Thanksgiving, and it absorbs all of the nutrition and the water of the hot spring. So it's similar to a clam because it's a filter feeder, and it really reflects the taste of the mashed potato reflects what sort of hot spring it was born and raised in. And that's why you got to watch out. Like, some hot springs are way too sulfur and phosphorus heavy. You got to find the nice like butter hot springs or the nice salt and pepper, like natural occurring minerals there. And personally, I know it's not for everyone, but my favorite mashed potato comes from a rare chive infused hot spring up in the northeast corner of Italy.
So actually, Eric, another thing our listeners might not know, all of the Thanksgiving vegetables are out and about this time of year.
It's true.
And one of my favorite is the mashed sweet potatoes, which are migratory. They migrate down to the sugarcane fields of Mexico this time of year.
Really?
In order to sweeten up. So I was wondering if either of our guests had seen any mashed sweet potatoes migrating through the Manchester area.
A whole lot of sweet potatoes. I mean,
well, working at a gym, yes. Whole lot of them. They butter you up with a nice conversation, so and wham! The hell's this extra charge in my account?
How large are they on a scale of like?
You pay for a gym membership.
Yoshi.
Funny thing.
Yoshi.
You can go with a normal size Yoshi, or maybe even like half size Yoshi. Probably a small Yoshi size for each individual potato, but they can swarm
A scale of
into
bears?
big flocks during their migration south. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you can see hundreds of potatoes all moving in the general south direction this time of year.
yeah, and it's really. I think I see most of the swarming.
Oh my gosh! Oh, so I
they really
actually
kind
didn't
of-
know that. A flock of
Mashed
and they
sweet
tend to
potatoes
clump
are Karens.
together
potatoes
and like
is called the
just
Karen.
form
And
massive
flock
piles
of
that tend to be named Karen.
normal mashed potatoes are called cairns.
Karen. Oh,
Yeah.
that's wild because
Mhm.
I've seen a lot
Some
of
people
Karens
use
on
them.
mountains.
Yeah,
and
some people
whatnot.
use them to mark trails in the wintertime. They use because the mashed potato, they move up into the mountains to go visit the hot springs in order to get properly seasoned for Thanksgiving. And those hot springs, you can find them by just following the cairns. Yeah.
I will say, with the sweet potatoes, you gotta get them before they molt because the skin is where all the nutrients are.
Oh, that's quite interesting.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard a lot of people will actually neglect the skin because it has that sort of strange texture and taste to it. But you're telling me that we need that precious nutrient because if not, we're really letting this poor, endangered sweet potato creature to go to waste.
Well, plus you leave the skins everywhere. It's just a whole hassle to clean up. Just get them before they shed that skin.
That's good. I mean, yeah, Thanksgiving really it wouldn't have been done without the Native American help of like the first Thanksgiving, and I can guarantee that they didn't let us any bit of the sweet potato go to waste. They were very very earthy peoples that love to utilize everything and be thankful for what the world was giving them. So we can't be wasting the precious skin of the sweet potatoes.
That's right. As Butterdog said, you dear listeners, get out there and make sure you get them before they molt, because that is half the deliciousness.
They're hard to wrangle.
That's true.
Especially when they're in that butter hot spring. Slippery bastards.
The
Real
butter
prone
hot
to
springs.
spilling on yourself. It's a
Plus, then
problem.
they're real slippery after. It's hard. They're hard to grip.
Eric, have you seen any other wildlife out and about? What about our correspondence for this week?
Have you seen any other crazy wildlife going on around there, especially during the Thanksgiving time period?
Oh, okay.
Well,
maybe
we actually
closer.
we did a hike recently, Butterdogs and I.
It is
Ridge rats. I would call them ridge rats.
I know
Hoodlums, I guess.
Hoodlum
I don't know
and
what properly
hooligan
call them.
they belong to
we were
the
hiking.
same genus, but not the same species.
Yeah.
They're very closely related. Yeah.
Yes,
The
very.
biggest way you can
yeah,
tell
yeah.
is by looking at the environment and habitat around them.
Fair. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Sounds about right. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, the environment and habitat, they were on top of this ridge line, which was pretty sure covered in like 2 inches of ice.
So, do you think this was like an
And
entire
they did not have any
population that
spikes.
just got
They were
wiped
just
out due to the
free
harsh,
sneakering it
harsh
all along
climate?
this ridge line, and I'm pretty sure they all died. They were.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible. The poor ridge rats are.
I think it's probably a lemming type
like
scenario.
whatever
where
college
one
they
person
went
went
to
and the
or high
rest of
school
them
went to that
followed.
no longer has this rat.
Not much you can
They're
do in
like
that case.
Just downhill.
4 or 5 of them just
Yeah,
gone.
so I was just
Disappeared
looking
into
up
the
the
wilderness.
etymology of the hoodlum and the hooligan and the ridge rat, and it turns out they're all in the larger family Hobonius. So and those species are characterized not for their longevity, but instead for their tenacity. They always seem to be out and about in the most interesting places. And
They were tenacious.
yeah. But they're a fast. They are a fast. They live fast and die quickly as well. They reproduce at an astounding rate.
Well, these ones are trying to not go very fast.
Oh my!
I would say.
In that way, they're very similar. All of the creatures in the Hobonius family are very similar to lemons, is what I was reading in the literature here.
And the Jerry.
Well, the Jerry, Eric, funnily enough, actually they thought it was in the Hobonius family, but it's unrelated. It's actually a much more ancient offshoot.
Oh, that's
of
interesting.
The Yabo branch.
Yes.
Of the tree.
The Yabos are historically
the Jerry,
known.
Eric. They actually split very early. They're in many regards, the Jerry is incredibly primitive.
I would believe that.
With little regard for his own safety. You can catch those Jerrys out. For all of our listeners out there, you can see a Jerry every once in a while. They're marked by their distinctive caper gap, and their mating call, which sounds something like this: "Yo, man, I'ma send it."
I mean, I'm still gonna send it.
Oh, bro, I'm way better than you. I'm the best ripper on the mountain, bruh. So you got to watch out for that. They're very distinct, and they're their own ancient offshoot. They have actually no relatives.
That's quite interesting.
That are close. Yeah, they fill the same niche as the group, the species known as the Fratboicus, but they're completely unrelated.
Well, that is quite interesting. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't have any other nature to talk about. Alex, do you have any sponsors you'd like to thank?
Oh, absolutely. I got to thank Eric, one of our great sponsors. This podcast would not be possible without beefed corn. That's right. Get it fresh and hot right in the bag. Beefed corn.
I would like to thank the concept of spilling things.
I would like to thank beans, all kinds of beans, black beans, pinto beans, jelly beans. They're good for you. They taste good. They make you fart. Eat them for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Don't spill them on yourself.
I got to thank our third grade teacher that we didn't have, Miss Clementine, for teaching us proper, rock solid foundational history that we still use to this day.
I would like to thank our friends at Aegean Ales for providing great booze before we go rock climbing.
This podcast is brought to you by ruthless corporate takeovers. Stop at nothing to achieve your goal, even if it's only more profits.
And we could not do this without the wonderful acoustics of Dad's office. That's right, Dad's office now. It's got his name on it and everything.
And lastly, this podcast is brought to you by Mash Taters. Watch out for them. They are moving to their overwintering grounds as we speak. Mash Taters.
And Alex thought that Mash Taters was the last sponsor, but we actually have another sponsor, and it's, oh God, the MACC. They're knocking on the door, man.
Oh my goodness, Eric, is that the MACC?
Oh God, we gotta go.
Oh my God, we gotta get out of here.
We have a warrant.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh man!
You can't take me alive! I'm jumping out the window, man!
Oh my goodness! They're here! They got us! Oh no! Eric, hide all the recording equipment!
Alex, the only way we can get is to send it out this window.
Oh my goodness, that's right. It's been this is the last episode of season 3. Episode 11.
Yeah.
Of Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. We'll be signing out. Thank you to Butter Dogs and thank you to Weatherman. Any last words? We're gonna hold the MACC back.
Oh God!
Get out of here! Out the window! Out the window!
Go!
With that, Eric, I'm
Grab
Alex.
the beans!
I'm Eric!
And
grab the beans!
Jesus!
Out this window!
Oh, I would also like to thank Craig for being a total spaz.
Yeah, thanks, Craig, for being a total G.
We figured it out at some point.
The vast emptiness.
It's Twilight Train.
Oh, this is going to be a nightmare to edit. All right, let's get this show on the road.
We are going quite long. Craig has finally settled in now, I believe it looks like.
Also, our mom's off.
Are you okay?
Tally ho, onward and upward.
I enjoyed the shirtless photo on the ski chair.